So this guy that I went on a Hinge date freaking dines and dashes on me and my girlfriend. We met on Hinge and he's like suggested for our first date like Panera Bread. And I was like, I'm totally down for that, but I kind of wanted something a little bit more exciting. So there's this hibachi place next to us. And I think hibachi is super fun because like they do the things in the hat, they throw up their like tools around. And I think it's just like a fun thing in case we get in an awkward moment, we have something else to watch. And my girlfriend was also going on a date at the same place. So I was like, oh my God, let's just go. We'll maybe we can get set at the same table and pretend we don't know each other. Like it'll just be fun, like whatever. But then she gets freaking stood up by a guy. So she's going to hibachi by herself. So when my date comes, I'm just like, hey, is it okay? Like, is it cool if she just hangs out with us at the hibachi table? And he was
If you are not looking for a free meal, why was your friend invited?
like, yeah, no problem. So I didn't think it was a big deal. And then like while we're doing the hibachi, whatever, he gets like super awkward. And like my girlfriend and I are getting drinks and we got like steak and seafood and he just got like chicken and rice. So when the server asked like, should we like, how are we splitting the bill? I was like, oh, put it all on one, because I was just gonna pay his because he had to sit with my girlfriend and I. He didn't even really get that much. And like I enjoy the conversation, so I was like, let me just take care of it for him. And this guy asked me to box his food for him and he never comes back. And in my head I was like, what the fuck? Did I tell him I was gonna pay for him already? I was like, wait, did I say that? I was like, no, I didn't say that. I definitely just said that in my head because I wanted it to be like a surprise kind of. But this guy legit like never came back.
Tried to set him up to pay for both girls. Got Uno reversed. They just wanted free hibachi. Still, he should at least pay for what he ate, because if he doesn't, that's going to hurt the restaurant. They probably demanded he pay for both of them after already being strong-armed into going to a more expensive restaurant than he was comfortable with. I'm glad some women are starting to see this. If you're bringing friends on our first date, I'm out. He quickly realized they were trying to score a free dinner because if she had a genuine interest in getting to know him, she wouldn't have invited a friend. As soon as he detected their intention, he made a smarter move by turning the table. He probably encountered a similar situation before, which taught him to see these kinds of setups from a distance. That past experience sharpened his instincts, allowing him to respond in a way that caught them off guard. This situation will likely give her a new perspective on playing this game. She just found out that some guys are getting smarter and better at recognizing when someone is trying to take advantage of the situation. This realization will make her do a better assessment before bringing someone else on a date, as we are not as willing to foot the bill for an extra meal as some of us did before. Even if her friend genuinely had a bad date, it still wouldn't make sense to bring her along. Her decision to bring a third person raises questions about her true intentions. Now she understands that showing up with a friend isn't just a casual choice, it's a signal to the guy that she may not be fully invested. And as more guys become aware of this, they're less likely to play along with such expectations.
Next, we have a woman who refused to go 50-50 with her partner, and it seems like she left him for that reason. But her partner moved like a king afterwards.
So you guys broke up at that point because
No, this is the question. Do I look like I was on 50-50 on bills?
no.
Okay.
And look at what happened. She called herself flexing and got a bigger flex on her. Now he's with somebody he doesn't have to pay a dime for. So it didn't work. You lost them to somebody with more money that will do 50-50.
She says, what do I look like to not be paying? What does somebody look like that doesn't have to pay for 50-50? What does that look like? I don't get it. I don't understand. You look broke? I don't understand what's the look. I don't care how beautiful you are. When I heard that interview, you're ugly. That's just my attitude.
Yeah, your attitude.
You could be the best looking girl in the world, but you're ugly. I didn't even like that answer right there made me say, never.
Toxic.
Yeah, I never. Just the attitude.
Wait a minute, Killer. Wait a minute. You might want to recall.
Bro, I got a picture of her right here. I'm looking at her. I pulled her images up. Because you know why? She's on all these red carpets. And when you scroll down on the images, she's on like the top 10 photos of red carpets. And you just see her going and Taylor Swift on all the red carpets. when I'm scrolling up. She just disappears after a while. No more red carpet, no nothing now. And don't get me wrong, I like pretty, but your attitude, dryness.
Now she doing the whole 100, talking crazy. My parents went 50-50 and are still together 50 years later. She went from 50 to 100 real quick. You look like a girl that pays 100% now. Glad he got out of that one. I didn't understand at first, but it's not like it's my business for me to even understand. Why are the same men who want submissive also want the submissive women to provide? While she was busy debating over splitting expenses, he found someone who was happy to share or even contribute more. Now she is likely handling 100% of everything on her own. This is where many of them miss the mark. It seems like they're consuming too many TikTok videos, which have led them to believe that despite being strong and independent, they deserve a partner who will take all the financial responsibilities. She might be acting like she won by losing him, but with the progress he has made, she is likely regretting her choice. It's easy to imagine that after seeing his next move, she would have reconsidered and accepted a 50-50 arrangement or even contributed more. Many people stick to their ideals without realizing that they're setting themselves up for a tougher road. Refusing to share expenses, they end up in a position where they have to carry the entire financial burden alone. It's ironic that someone who thought she was making a smart move is now likely paying the full 100%. She might have thought it was better at first, but now she is experiencing the reality of handling everything solo. It's clear that she's now in a situation where she bears the full load, which contradicts her earlier expectations of being taken care of.
Next, we have a woman who clearly watched too many TikTok videos, and now she thinks that unless a man is paying all the bills, she will not be able to love and respect him as her partner. Some people definitely need to reduce their social media content consumption.
For women who pay 50-50 bills with their men, I have a question for you. A genuine question. How do you get turned on by this man? How do you get wed for this man? How do you get attracted and feel like a girl and cook a meal and serve him and say, thank you so much, baby? You know, sweet, romantic things to this man. How do you do it? Because I cannot.
It's done by placing less value on his pocket. This is what she is struggling to understand.
If I pull 50% of the bills with a man, I cannot treat him like a king. I can't. I just cannot. I have never done it. I have never tried it, and I can't do it. And this is not to mean that if I am married or I have a man and he gets in difficult times, I'm going to leave him. No, but he has to show me that he doesn't need my money to pay the bills.
You don't want a man. You want money. 50-50 is a roommate. That's all I'm saying. She is so right. That's a roommate or a brother, period. I wouldn't mind, as long as there's love and respect. If we do 50-50, we are G's, both men. Period. Not long ago, wives didn't put so much focus on their husband's finances, and that's one reason why marriages used to last longer. Her question could be easily answered if she looked into her family's history. She would realize that her elders supported their partners and still respected them as their husbands, regardless of their financial contributions. This perspective is one reason relationships don't last as long in this generation. If we follow her logic, it suggests that her partner's money is the foundation of their relationship. But what happens if he loses his job, or if his business struggles financially? Based on her theory, we already know what she would have done. Most men are willing to cover most of the bills if they can afford it, but it shouldn't be expected from the majority, especially since only a small percentage can manage that. That's why her viewpoint doesn't match our current reality. What percentage of men can realistically pay 100% of household expenses? This is what she should have considered, as it would show how unrealistic her expectations are. Many women supported her view in the comments and even stated if their man asked them to contribute financially, they would see him as a roommate or a cousin rather than a partner. This kind of mindset is likely to create challenges in their dating lives, as it fails to acknowledge our current reality.
Next, we have a woman on a dating show who identified herself as an entrepreneur and almost exposed herself for being unemployed.
And what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay. Do you have any businesses we could be on the lookout for?
No, just not right now.
Just be saying things. Entrepreneur means she recently went to a paid seminar that taught her manifestation. She identifies as an entrepreneur. I think she meant unemployed. She ain't got no reason to be on this show. She needs a job. She didn't see the second question coming. This is what we often see in today's dating scene. Most strong and independent women have high expectations when it comes to what a man should earn to date them, but on the flip side, they are not making as much. There is even a significant percentage of them who aren't earning any money at all. If someone claims to be an entrepreneur but isn't willing to discuss it, it usually means there isn't much to talk about, and that's where it becomes interesting. If she were asked how much a man should earn to date her, it's likely she would say above 6 figures. It's a double standard that stands out. If you are unemployed, it's okay to admit it. There is no need to pretend to be something you are not just to look better in public. It's unnecessary and doesn't change the reality of the situation. After giving that kind of response, it's clear that what she really needs is support. At this point, she would be better off trying to find a job rather than looking for a man. This approach would be more beneficial in the long run.
Welcome to our self-development section. Today we will talk about the hardest part of any project, goal, or anything else we want to accomplish. Most of us still don't know that the first step is usually the most challenging stage, and this is why we decided to speak on it, so that you make the necessary move and start the journey towards the achievement of your goal.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay.
That video and image say it all, and you better believe that the same applies to your dreams and goals. A lot of people haven't started yet because they believe that the process is going to be long and full of challenges, not realizing that their main challenge is the first step, because after that the challenges will be smaller. So stop overthinking and start, and you will realize that it's not actually as hard as you thought it would be. There are a few signs I want you guys to be aware of, and they will help you to detect whether you are also being strapped on that stage. Do you see yourself trying to get all the knowledge, money, or experience before you start? Also, are you the one who is trying to wait till the moment you are fully confident before you jump into it? Are you overanalyzing it? Are you ready but still think that this is not the right moment to start? Are you in a position where you are ready to start, but for some reason you are getting anxious or discouraged by the journey or by others? Those are some of the things you need to keep an eye on, and if you find yourself in this situation, make sure you remove yourself from it and start. It's holding you back, it's keeping you from achieving greatness, and you won't believe how much you will be surprised when you realize that you were worrying for no reason. You necessarily spent a long time planning and thinking when you could just give it a go because you were ready. So stop worrying about what's coming, just start it. That gym membership you want to get, just do it. The course you want to register for, just do it, you are ready. That business you want to launch, you have everything to make it happen. Stop wasting your time, do it now. This is all for today's video and I hope you like it. Make sure you check our channel tomorrow for another great content.